video we're talking about some range, mean, median, and mode. And so just to go back in and talk about what these things are. So the mean is also called the average. It's just the sum of the numbers divided by how many numbers you have. The median there, you're looking for the middle number. Notice right here, if you have two numbers left in the middle, the median is the mean of these two numbers. We'll talk about an example that looks like that here in a second. Mode, I've underlined M and O for, remember, mode is most often, so the M and the O, I always told my students it stood for most often. So the number or numbers that occur most often out of a collection of data. And then the range is the biggest number minus the smallest number, so basic subtraction there. Let's check out a couple of these examples. So look at example number 1. So you've got these numbers here. Order the numbers from least to greatest or smallest to biggest, whatever you want to say. That's going to help you out with some of these. It's not necessarily for all of them. It's not necessary for all of the different things in terms of mean, median, mode, and range, but it will help out with a lot of different things. So I just go ahead and order them from least to greatest to begin with. So you see I've done that here. So I've got 2, 2, 6, 8, and 12. So now to find the mean, you're going to add these numbers up. If you add them up, you get 30. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. That's why I divided by 5 here. So when you divide 30 by 5, you get 6 for that mean. To find the median, what you're going to do for that scenario is just go back in. You got your numbers ordered from least to greatest, and start slicing one off from left and right. So you take one off left and right, one off left and right. So your middle number left here was 6 for the median. Mode, you see that 2 is down more than any other number, so therefore 2 is our mode. And finally, range, just doing 12 minus 2, in other words, the biggest minus the smallest to get 10. Let's look at another example. All right. This next one here for number 2, we've got some more numbers. I've already ordered them from least to greatest to kind of help us out. So for the mean, I'm going to add up all these numbers. If I do, I get 140. Then you had 10 numbers to start with, so divide by 10. So when you divide 140 by 10, you're left with 14 for your mean or average. The median, so here's the scenario I was talking about. You're going to have more than one number left in the middle. So let's go back in and kind of show you what happens here with the median. So take one off left and right, and again, do it again, and one more time. So now we're left with that 11 and 15 in the middle. So two different things you can do here. One, you can go back in and find the mean of those. In other words, add them together, and then divide by 2 since I have two numbers here. So if I add those together, I get 26. Divide 26 by 2, I get 13 for my median. Now, if they're close enough and small enough numbers, you actually can just go back in and kind of just think about the median in your head. So for example, if 11 and 15 were the two numbers I had left in the middle, think about what number's in the middle of those. So if you go back in and think 13 is right in the middle between 11 and 15, you wouldn't have to do necessarily all these steps right here. Mode. So when you go back and look at these numbers this time, you see 15 is down twice, and 20 is down twice. Therefore, 15 and 20 are the numbers that are down most often, which will be our mode. And then finally, for range, you're going to have the biggest 25 minus the smallest, which is 7, so you get 18 for your range there. One last one we'll look at here if we try a couple on your own. So you see I went ahead and ordered these numbers from least to greatest, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, when you find the mean, you'll add these up. You'll get 40, then divide by how many you had, which was 5, so my mean here is 8. For the median, going back in again, slicing left and right. So one off left, one off right. Again. You see you've got 8 left in the middle, so that would be your median. Now this one would have no mode. Sometimes you might see it just written as none because of the fact that you have no number down more than once. Therefore none for our mode or no mode. And then finally range, you're doing 10 minus 6 and getting 4 there. So there's a couple examples of mean, median, mode, and range. So I'm going to let you take a second. You can pause the video and see how you do on these two problems here. Remember, order from least to greatest, and then go back in and find the mean, median, mode, and range of these. Alright, let's see how you did. Bring this up. Alright, so from here, notice that we had for our mean, 70 divided by 7, which was 10. Median, our middle number there, ended up being 10. Mode was 10 and 12 for this one here, because it was down twice for both of those. And then range was 12 minus 6, which was 6. Alright, down here for number 5. Notice that we got for our mean 28. Our median was two numbers left in the middle, 24 and 30. So if you add them up and divide by 2, you got 27. Or just think about what number between 24 and 30 right in the middle, that'd be 27. Mode was 24, it was down twice, everything else was down once. And range was 38 minus 19 for 19. So hopefully you did pretty good on those questions there with mean, median, mode, and range.